picked up where I left off in this cold world. Standing in the kitchen with a heater in the wintertime. Oh girl, I could tell you about the hot boy summers where we was moving packs and them bitches was moving like secret squirrel. Gotta understand, times is getting real hard. Inflation sky high and the price is real bad. Step up in the store, spend nothing less than 2 bags. And that's just for a few bags. Get that money how you gotta get it. Provide for your family, provide for your children. Make sure you put some away. Make sure you put some in BTC. Lock it up, rainy day. Ice cold world in the mitten, that's where I stay. Where we step outside, rapping broad day. Everybody trying to get the cake, get the pay. Trying to get this thing up, each and every grade. Niggas stepping outside, Cartier face. Ice on the neck, that's good for any race. Everybody stepping out with the creepy coupe. SRT, BMW, like what it do? I ask her if she wanna hop up in the M. She ain't never been in one, so we finna win. Finna match the gas with the V8 turbo twin. If you ain't ready to ride, how you can't get in?
GM. It's been a minute. Been a few months. Welcome back to another Posted Up vlog. This time, we're out here in beautiful Hong Kong. We're here for Bitcoin Summit, Bitcoin Asia, Rune CC, all that good stuff. We got a couple keynotes lined up, panel interviews, as well as myself and Sue running a Liquidium workshop, Bitcoin Summit. So we're looking forward to that. I've never been to Hong Kong before, so this whole scenery is brand new to me, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Let's go ahead and take a look out here real quick. Boom! We got the water over there. We got crazy landscape here. We are in the heart of town. First things first today, we got to go over to the Soho House where the main events will be at. Jay and Sue are already over there setting up. They just put up the SLIC staking roll-up banner as we are rolling out SLIC staking / revenue sharing. All right, we made it in the building. Getting ready to get upstairs to go see everybody else. Robin, how you feeling this morning, man?
I'm feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Excited for Runes Asia.
Yes,
Heard some good things about it already. We're kind of late. Just had to rehearse my pitch a little bit.
Fashionably late.
Yeah.
But the pitch is going to be fire, and you're going to be on a panel today.
Jay is actually going to be on the panel.
Oh, word. We got our liquid staking banner up here. Good job, boys. Nice installation.
External, if you want Bitcoin, and we will.
Yeah. There's a banner.
We'll have a keynote afterwards, so people can listen to it.
对，在这边我们有展示这个伊拉网在3层、2层都有关于 Liquidium， 然后 Liquidium 的 founder Robin 也会就是在下午进行一个专门的演讲，关于他们的产品，然后大家可以下午来听，可以更多的了解现在比特币上的 DeFi 发展到哪一步。I was about all the 3 points and explained it in my own way, and now it's ratified. I think, that's. I think I have passed all the points to the audience, and then let's go with Liquidium, and G was the alpha.
I believe it.
Okay. What is
So Liquidium, biggest lending borrowing protocol on Bitcoin. What can people do? You got ordinals, you got runes, or you got BSC20s. You don't want to sell, but you need liquidity. You come to Liquidium, you post your ordinal, runes, or BSC20, take out Bitcoin against that asset, use the Bitcoin to trade somewhere. That's number one. Number two, Liquidium Fly cross-chain loans. We will be talking about that on Friday on the Bitcoin Summit. This is really new and really interesting because we will be the first ones to leverage native Bitcoin for people to borrow USDT, USDC and other assets without wrapping them. Number 3, Liquidium Foundation, that's what we're here.
Yeah.
Liq is the token which governs both products, right? So people have a stake, people can decide with us on what to build next. And my dear co-founder Robin will soon share something about S-Liq, which really is the stake version of Liq, where people get 30%, so we do 30% buybacks every day from Liq, from the open market, and distribute that back to the stakers. So basically 3 different, not products, but like that's our whole ecosystem, the foundation and the 2 products below Liquidium 5 and Liquidium WGF.
Yeah, I know that. Do we have a ETA for the launch of Cross-Law and S-Liq?
S-Liq, September, it is an audit mode, and cross-chain loans probably, Robin, please don't kill me this year, probably October. But we have to see, it's an audit mode, but if everything goes according to
So people need to keep their eyes out from September and October, and after this project.
Basically follow us, and we ship every month.
Yeah. So let me translate it to the audience.
谢谢。
不客气。Liquidium 是现在比特币1层上最大的一个借贷协议，然后大家可以使用 Ordinals 就是比特币上的 NFT， 然后 BRC20， 我想大家很多人都知道，就是最早的比特币上代币，然后现在还有我们这一次大会的主题 Runes 就是符文，我们这次大会主题就是 Runes Asia， 就是符文的亚洲峰会。然后
Alright, I'm here at Runes Asia with the CEO and co-founder of Liquidium, one of my favorite products in the Bitcoin ecosystem. How are you going?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here.
Now, can you tell us a bit about Liquidium, what you do, and I guess what your product offering is in the Bitcoin eco?
100%. So about a little bit over 2 years ago, we launched the first peer-to-peer lending protocol for Bitcoin assets, so ordinals, runes, and BRC20 tokens. Essentially, the big pain point that we saw early on in the space is people have these Bitcoin assets, and once they buy them, essentially their capital is frozen because they can't really do anything with it unless they sell. So that's why we launched Liquidium, and we've been obsessed with like how can we give people liquidity back for these assets that are locked up, and then also how can we give people the opportunity to earn money by providing liquidity to other people. We've done over $500 million in volume already in loans, and we've processed over 100,000 loans. So Bitcoin is living and breathing, despite people saying it's dead.
I hear you've got some really exciting things coming up too in particular. Can you tell us a bit about the staking mechanism that's about to start?
Yeah, so I mean, governance is nice and all, but it doesn't end there. We heard the community. The community wants to kind of have like a direct share or like exposure into the success of the Liquidium protocol. And we heard that, and we made a governance proposal, basically proposing to build a staking protocol for the Liquidium token to let people stake their Liquidium tokens to earn a yield that comes directly from the Liquidium protocol. And we're basically taking revenue from the Liquidium protocol at 30%, and then we're buying back tokens with the revenue that we get, which obviously leads to buying pressure, but then also we're distributing the bought back tokens to the stakers.
Speaking of other chains, I saw Jay wearing a shirt and potentially suggesting expansion to other chains for Liquidium.
We saw that there are so many people that just have native Bitcoin and they want to get liquidity against their Bitcoin without having to use like centralized solutions, centralized bridges, centralized wrapping solutions, or centralized platforms like FTX or Celsius or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So since we know how to build DeFi on Bitcoin, we thought, okay, we're going to use that knowledge to build a cross-chain lending platform where you can borrow things like USDC or USDT on chains like Ethereum and Solana, against your native Bitcoin, which means you can keep your Bitcoin, you don't have to sell your Bitcoin, you don't have to go through a centralized bridge or anything like that. You can just natively borrow stable coins or any other asset on any other chain against your Bitcoin and vice versa. So that is kind of like our new upcoming flagship product that we have been working on for over a year now, and I'm very excited once it's finally out there.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining us here. I'm glad to be in Hong Kong. In my opinion, one of the best places for crypto in the world. So yeah, glad to be here. I've been here last year, but this time it's so many more people. So yeah, welcome everybody to Runes. And yeah, today I want to talk about the future of Bitcoin DeFi. All right, so ordinals, runes, BRC20 tokens were something like one of the best things to ever happen to Bitcoin, in my opinion. It was it brought alternative assets to the biggest chain in the world, which is Bitcoin. And not only did it bring alternative assets to Bitcoin, but it also brought many more people to Bitcoin. And also it sparked interest for builders to actually build applications on Bitcoin and create new use cases on the biggest chain in the world. And we are here now today in a really thriving ecosystem already. I think Bitcoin is one of the ecosystems that is most alive. We have like one of the biggest communities here. We have many people that are Bitcoin asset holders. Obviously, as Trevor just said, it's still very early. We still don't have like billions of people, but I mean that's the nature of the space. But compared to just a year ago now, the space is so much more mature, and we have so many applications as well now, obviously. And unfortunately, there is kind of like these two realities of Bitcoin asset holders. You have, on the one side, most people actually have Bitcoin assets, but all of their liquidity is locked in these assets, and they're just holding the assets and hope that the value goes up, but they can't really do anything with their assets during that time. It's just sitting idle in their wallet. And yeah, so that's kind of like what the reality of most holders on Bitcoin. And then on the other side, you have a few people that actually know how to make their capital work for them, how to unlock liquidity and potential from their Bitcoin assets. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about the frozen potential problem. So basically, right now, if you're buying ordinals and runes and BRC20 tokens, you're effectively freezing your liquidity into an asset, and it's just sitting idle in your wallet. And if you ever need access to liquidity, whether it's for like regular expenses, day-to-day expenses, or for opportunities that you see in the market, or even for emergencies, the only thing you can really do is sell your assets. And sometimes it might be bad timing for you to sell your assets, or you have assets that you don't want to sell at all. And yeah, there's that problem. So most people really decide when they buy to freeze capital away and not use it anywhere, which is not very productive. And we at Liquidium, we have been obsessed with that problem and solving it for the users. With the question like, how can we make the capital of the users as efficient as possible and give the liquidity back to the people while still being able to retain their assets? So yeah, over 2 years ago, when ordinals first came to Bitcoin, we actually went ahead and built the first peer-to-peer lending protocol for Bitcoin assets called Liquidium WTF. Essentially what it allows you to do is to keep your ordinals and runes in your wallet or in your ownership and borrow Bitcoin against that. So you can get liquidity while retaining ownership of your assets. Liquidium is the largest Bitcoin lending protocol for Bitcoin assets. Borrowers have done over $500 million in volume on Liquidium, and lenders have provided lenders have earned over $9 million in interest. In total, on Liquidium, we have done over 100,000 loans so far, and that is all just for Bitcoin assets like ordinals, runes, and BRC20 tokens. In order to make that work, we kind of have 3 different technologies that we're using. 2 of them are Bitcoin native, and 1 of them is quite novel, so I'm excited to talk about it. So the first 2 technologies that we're using are discrete log contracts and PSBTs. And first off, I want to say that I think that if you have assets on Bitcoin, you should keep your assets on Bitcoin, and or like your assets should remain tied to Bitcoin as closely as possible. And that's, I think, the consensus of most people, because these are valuable assets and you want to keep them on the biggest chain in the world, which is Bitcoin. And we wanted to create a user experience where you can use your familiar wallets, where you can use native Bitcoin and operate on Bitcoin, essentially. So we're using DLCs, also called discrete log contracts, and DLCs are essentially a smart contract, not really, but you could describe it as a smart contract that allows you to build escrows, very simple escrows with 2 predetermined outcomes. In our case, if you take a loan and the borrower repays the loan on time, they will get back their collateral, and if the borrower does not repay the loan, then the lender will get the collateral instead. So that's DLCs. PSBTs are partially signed Bitcoin transactions. It basically allows you to split a Bitcoin transaction into multiple pieces. You see that on marketplaces, ordinals marketplaces, runes marketplaces. Essentially, the seller wants to sell an ordinal, so they sign their half of the transaction. The buyer wants to buy it, so they send Bitcoin, so they sign their half of the transaction. If both sign, then the transaction is executed. We actually started with just DLCs and PSBTs, but we ran into a few user experience limitations on Bitcoin. And that's where Chain Fusion came in. So Chain Fusion is built by the ICP team and allows you to build like complex smart contracts that can be executed and basically fully work and fully have the user experience on layer 1 Bitcoin. So with Chain Fusion, it was kind of the missing piece for us to build an even better user experience while still retaining the same amount of security and decentralization that we've had before. And in the process of researching Chain Fusion, we also stumbled across Chain Fusion not being able to only build smart contracts for Bitcoin, but also for other chains. So then we kind of thought about it, and we thought about a much bigger problem that we're also building a product for right now. And that is Liquidium cross-chain loans. So right now, over $5 billion are currently in centralized wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum, on Aave, which really shows how desperate Bitcoiners are to participate in Bitcoin DeFi. And again, this is wrapped Bitcoin, a centralized version of a wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum. And yeah, it's really not something that a Bitcoiner would love to do. They would much rather keep their native Bitcoin. And essentially, this is a new protocol, our upcoming flagship product that we're working on right now and that is launching later this year, which will allow you to borrow assets on chains like Ethereum and Solana. You can borrow USDT or USDC on Ethereum or Solana against your native Bitcoin and vice versa. So yeah, that's coming later this year, and also something that is built with Chain Fusion. Over the years that we have built Liquidium now, we have tried to stay as close to our community as possible, because at the end of the day, our community is using the product, so we have to listen to our users, we have to take the feedback from them, and we need to know exactly what problems to solve. And I think we have done a good job at that, but last year, summer of 2024, we doubled down on that and launched the Liquidium token, which was the first governance and utility token on Bitcoin. It's in the form of a rune. And the Liquidium token basically allows holders to directly participate in governance and decision making of Liquidium. So alongside that, we also launched a governance platform, and now all of the key decisions that we make, all of the key implementations into the Liquidium protocol are basically in this governance forum, where every Liquidium token holder can vote on the outcome. We also realized that staking is not enough. Governance is not enough. So the community really wanted to have even more exposure into the success of Liquidium. So we went ahead and made a governance proposal to create a staking platform for the Liquidium token. The way it works is very simple. You basically just stake your Liquidium tokens, and then we will take 30% of the protocol revenue from Liquidium and buy back tokens with it and redistribute that to the stakers. So yeah, so 30% of the revenue of all Liquidium products, that means Liquidium WTF, so our peer-to-peer Bitcoin asset lending platform, as well as our upcoming cross-chain lending platform, is used to buy back Liquidium tokens and goes directly into the pockets of our stakers. We have a liquid staking token for that, so obviously in Liquidium fashion, we don't want people to lock up liquidity, which means how it works is if you stake Liquidium tokens, you receive staked Liquidium tokens, and staked Liquidium tokens is always liquid at all times. You can trade it, you can sell it, you can borrow against it, or whatever you want to do with it. And if you kind of like wait for it a little bit, and you get staking rewards. And the value of S Liquidium token is going up over time, depending on kind of like how much protocol revenue there is. So instead of just like talking about all of this, I want to quickly show you a demonstration of what the staking platform will look like. So here you can see I'm on the staking platform. I'm connecting my Express wallet, which is a Bitcoin native wallet. And you can see that I have Liquidium tokens here, 250 Liquidium tokens. And basically what I can do is I can enter the amount that I want to stake. For example, here 120 tokens. And then I can see how many tokens I will stake. I can see my daily token rewards, which is 2.94 in this case. And then I can hit stake. And I just wait for the transaction to generate. All of this is obviously happening on layer 1 Bitcoin. I can confirm in my wallet. And then once the transaction is done, I will receive my staked Liquidium tokens. Here you can also see the transaction on chain. All right, and then once I have staked my tokens, this is what my portfolio will look like. So right now I just staked the tokens, so I haven't earned anything yet. I can see how much Liquidium tokens I've staked. I can see my S Liquidium tokens. And at any point in time, if I want to unstake and get back my Liquidium tokens, I can go to the unstake tab, type in how much I want to unstake, select the fee rate, and then hit unstake. And yeah, that's basically how I unstake my tokens. Obviously, got to sign in my wallet, and then wait for the transaction to confirm. The staking mechanism of Liquidium is kind of like a flywheel that feeds itself. The more protocol revenue there is, the higher the staking rewards are. If the staking rewards are higher, we're also buying back more tokens, and then obviously that will attract more people to stake. That leads to ideally more exposure of the Liquidium ecosystem, and then hopefully more people will use the Liquidium platform, which then again leads to more revenue, and then the cycle kind of continues, which means this is really a direct exposure to the success of Liquidium. And to wrap this up, I'm excited to share that the staking platform is something that we're going to fully open source. I believe that the Runes ecosystem needs more infrastructure to grow. And we have built the infrastructure for staking. So we're fully open sourcing the code and the smart contract for the staking platform, which means all of your favorite Runes projects can also implement staking mechanisms using our infrastructure and build different variations of it. And yeah, hopefully that will lead to Runes expanding even faster. And I think it's truly the next wave of Bitcoin DeFi. All right. If you want to learn more about the Liquidium Foundation and the Liquidium token, you can scan this QR code or go to liquidium.org. If you want to put your BTC to work, if you want to borrow against your ordinals, Runes, or BRC20 tokens, or lend out your Bitcoin to earn interest, you can go to liquidium.wtf. And if you want to learn more about our upcoming cross-chain lending platform, you can go to liquidium.fi. All right, that's everything. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you want some shirts, we have them here. Somebody asked for it. So yeah, thank you for listening to me.
Motherfuckers know that I be posted up on the block talking all that coasting up, trying to get to this bread, nigga, rolling up, stacking all these sats, nigga, hold me up. Got a bad bitch with me and she rolling up, got another cup in my hand pulling up. Yeah, I'm getting turned up and I'm with the crew, all the niggas with me, like who is you? I step up in the club and they know my name is posted up, baby, everybody know the game. I step in the club and cause a chain reaction, all these hoes is going crazy cause I'm splitting they factions, sticking that traction every time I
GM, it is Friday, and we are going to be having our keynote today at the Bitcoin Summit, as well as our workshop hosted by myself, as well as Sue. We're now inside the opening gates for the Bitcoin Summit, as you can see behind me. But let's go ahead and walk forward a little bit and take a look at the signage that we have up here for cross-chain loans. We got the Borrow Beyond Borders sign up here. We got our new inflatable with the QR code to the cross-chain loans waitlist page there. We got a couple quids guarding the situation. Then we walk around the side here. We got our other Borrow Beyond Borders sign and an army of quids to give away, along with a shit ton of clothes. We have our work cut out for us today in terms of distribution of materials aside from the main attractions today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've already got a few of our friends here. Jan is running around, but we got the merch station here. We got Xverse over here. We got Mim over here. The boy Jay checking in. What's going on, baby?
Look at the presents. So we got the inflatable.
Yes, sir.
We got one standing banner here. One standing banner over there.
Yes, sir.
Little quids for the kids.
Yeah.
And merch. Let's kick it off.
You got it, bro. We got our work cut out for us today. We even got a Google Cloud over here, which is pretty dope to see. Sign of the times for sure. Main event is in here, so you guys will get a look at that a little bit later. We also have Jaminions with our boy JD over here. Just take a look at this view that we have from the venue, man. It's absolutely nuts. All right, we're gonna get back to setting up and we'll check back in. Our boy JD out here going crazy.
Can I have your name? This is the collection that we needed to have in Vegas.
You ain't lied, bro.
Bro, it never came.
Dog, it is looking amazing too.
Let you try to hold this.
Okay, bet.
Wow.
Woo. Oh, that's hefty, boy. What kind of setup is this? How many carats?
This is silver. I think it's 18 carats.
Okay, nice.
18 carats of diamonds.
Okay.
And then we've done a yellow gold plating over it.
Dude, it's beautiful. Yeah, go ahead and set that on.
Let me show you the fucking...
Maybe the other wrist so we don't scratch it. Damn. Good, bro. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes. Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to make some like a little bulky as well.
Yeah.
Is it for sale?
Yeah.
So,
What's this one?
what do
This
you?
is $500.
What are you trying to hit for this? Is Billy vlogging to a Billy?
Yes.
Let's go. Bullish as hell. Billy to a Billy. Looking good, boys. Dog go to the moon, baby. Yes, sir.
Dog go to the moon.
Look at all these things. We got these things iced out. You got the orange one, the black hoodie, the white hoodie. Woo! Had to plug it. Oh, with the rent. Of course, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Dog go to the moon.
Dog go to the
If y'all
moon.
don't got dog, you already know what's going on. Number one meme coin on Bitcoin. You already know how we coming.
Dog go to the moon.
Yes, sir. You know we gotta plug it.
I think I saw your video before.
Oh yeah. You only post it? Yeah.
Nice to
Appreciate you. Nice to meet you
Your
as well.
first time in Hong Kong.
Yeah. It's my first
Welcome
time
to
here.
Hong Kong.
I appreciate you. I've loved it so far.
Yeah, so today I want to talk about a new product that we're launching that I think is really going to fundamentally change the way we view and use Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, Bitcoin was introduced to give power to the people and financial freedom to the people. But right now the problem is that Bitcoiners really have two choices. Either they keep their Bitcoin securely on layer 1 and at the same time miss out on liquidity and yield possibilities. On the other hand, you can have centralized platforms and wrapping solutions and bridges to get yield and liquidity. However, that introduces centralization risks, which are exactly the same risks Bitcoin was made to avoid. This is really a contradiction of Bitcoin's core principles. And Bitcoiners don't want to sell their Bitcoin, but they still need access to liquidity for life expenses, opportunities, or emergencies. At the same time, Bitcoiners want to earn yield on their Bitcoin because even an appreciating asset like Bitcoin benefits from compound growth. And lastly, Bitcoiners do not trust centralized platforms. Not after everything we've seen with Mt. Gox, FTX, Celsius, and all of the others. Unfortunately, the reality today is that there are very few decentralized options that let you do anything with Bitcoin. And the options that are out there usually force you to wrap your Bitcoin through centralized solutions just in order to use the protocols. And that obviously is bad. That's not really what we want. It's not only bad in terms of centralization risks, but also in terms of user experience. Because you just want to use your Bitcoin and now you suddenly have to go through all of these hoops. Let's take Aave, for example. If you want to earn yield on your Bitcoin or use your Bitcoin as collateral on Aave, you have to go through a centralized wrapping solution to get wrapped Bitcoin onto Ethereum. And then you only earn around 0.02% yield or something on your Bitcoin. And that's really one of the few options that you have. And right now, over $5 billion are being supplied on Aave in wrapped Bitcoin. That really shows how desperate Bitcoiners are to participate in DeFi. At Liquidium, we've been tackling these problems for a long time now. We've created the first peer-to-peer lending protocol on Bitcoin about 2 years ago, and we're currently the largest in the space for ordinals, runes, and BRC20 loans. We have done over $500 million in loan volume, over 100,000 loans, and we've paid almost $10 million in interest to lenders. Over the past couple of months, we have rebranded our existing product to Liquidium WTF to double down on the DGen-focused audience we have for that product, and also to make room for a new product, a much bigger product that I think addresses the core of the problem for Bitcoiners, for every Bitcoiner. presenting Liquidium cross-chain loans. So Liquidium cross-chain loans are really the simplest and easiest way to borrow any asset on any chain against any other asset on any other chain. It's one of the first ways to really earn tangible yield on your native Bitcoin without having to go through any weird hoops. And also, lastly, you can borrow any asset on any other chain like USDC or USDT on Ethereum and Solana against your native Bitcoin, and also vice versa. We've designed this to be incredibly simple. You can use your existing wallets like Xverse or Phantom or MetaMask or Ledger or whatever you prefer on the chains that you use them on, and just all connect them to Liquidium at the same time, and then use any asset that you already have on these chains on Liquidium directly. Under the hood powering all of this is ICP's chain fusion technology, and the way I like to explain it is with the comparison to traditional web applications. In traditional web apps, you have a front end and a back end. The front end is what the user interacts with and really sees, like it's all they really know. And then the back end orchestrates everything, computes the logic, and brings it back to the front end where the user interacts with it. We're using blockchains in a very similar way, where the front end blockchain is basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So the user only interacts with Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum, while in the background, everything is orchestrated, the logic is happening, and then the executions ultimately are executed and settled on the layer 1 chains again. I think we're the first ones to use ICP's technology in such a user-friendly and secure way across multiple chains. But yeah, I want to show you a little demo to show you what it looks like. So first I'm going to connect my wallet. I'm going to use Phantom in this example just because it's a cross-chain wallet, but you can also use Xverse, which is my favorite Bitcoin wallet. But yeah, I'm using Phantom to connect to Bitcoin and Solana and Ethereum at the same time. And you can see I'm connected to all of the native networks. So I'm directly connected to Bitcoin, directly to Solana, and so on. Let's look at the portfolio, and right now I haven't done anything, so it's empty. And let's change that by supplying some Bitcoin. So you can see I'm choosing native Bitcoin, I'm supplying that, and I will confirm that in my wallet right from the Bitcoin network. And I can see the pending transaction as I'm supplying my Bitcoin. This is a demo environment, so the transactions will be fast. You can see the Bitcoin appear here in my portfolio already. I can see how much interest I'm earning on my Bitcoin. I can always lend more or withdraw at any point in time. And now I will use it to borrow against it. So I'm going to select a stablecoin here. I'm selecting USDC on Ethereum. And then I can choose any amount that I want to borrow. I can see the borrowing APY and then just go ahead and borrow, confirm in my wallet. And again, wait for the transaction to confirm. The stablecoins will then directly land in my wallet that I have connected, in this case on my Ethereum wallet. So now let's head back to the portfolio page, and I can see my supply position and my borrow position, and I can obviously also see my portfolio health and everything, and repay at any point in time. The loans are perpetual, so they go on forever if you don't repay it. So I will repay here the full position just to get back to 100% portfolio health. The more I borrow, the lower the portfolio health gets. I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah, so let me borrow some ETH as well, just to demonstrate that I can also not only borrow stable coins, but any asset really on any chain against any other asset. So I'm depositing ETH actually to have ETH and Bitcoin supplied at the same time. So I can use different assets on different chains as the same collateral, basically. So let me borrow. I think we broke. Okay, there we go. And then I can also, same way as before, basically borrow assets against my combined supply position. Obviously, I can repay that, I can repay it partially, I can borrow more, And if I borrow too much, it will warn me. So right now it says like, if I borrow that much, I will probably be liquidated soon. So that's really not what you should do. You can see my portfolio health went down to 5%. It says high risk. So let me change that and repay partially again to get back to a healthy portfolio position. So that is USDT on Solana and basically repaying on Solana against my BTC and ETH position. Same thing, transactions happening fast at the speed of Solana confirmations. And yeah, that's really the demo. So let's quickly talk about the market opportunity here. As I've already said, like Bitcoin, the Bitcoin market cap is huge, and only a tiny fraction of Bitcoin's market cap is currently locked in Bitcoin DeFi. On the other hand, on Ethereum, around 20% of its market cap is currently locked in DeFi. And so that is around $50 billion. And of that $50 billion, around $5 billion are actually wrapped Bitcoin, which means there is a lot of Bitcoiners putting Bitcoin through wrapping solutions, bringing it to Ethereum, just to participate in DeFi. At Liquidium, we believe that you should be able to use your Bitcoin natively. So we, for the first time, give you the true experience of using your native Bitcoin in DeFi. So we're combining all chains easily while keeping Bitcoin right at the center, where it belongs, to be honest. We will have a workshop now. You can, first of all, scan this QR code or go to liquidium.fi to sign up for the waitlist to become one of the first people to get access to the new cross-chain product. And we also have a workshop going on, which starts right now. It will go on for the next 30 minutes or so, where we're basically giving you a hands-on experience on the new product. So feel free to join us and actually, experience the product live. And follow us on Twitter, Liquidium.fi, and thank you.
Woo!
1层上面运行的，然后 Liquidium 5是第一个真正意义上的去中心化跨链借贷协议。所以从今天起，大家就可以知道为什么我们可以彻底的告别 WBTC， 并且跟 Aave 上面的0.几的借贷利率说再见。
Yeah, the process is very simple, intuitive. If you have any Bitcoin wallet like Xverse, Unisat, Magic Eden, Phantom, you can use our existing WTF application. So we'll play that demo first before we show you the new product demo. You can follow along if you would like yourself. We'll need to sign our Xverse transaction for this as well once it pops up. And you can see the transaction that is pending currently coming in here under supplying. Dior got that fucking dope. Slayer, baby, come up at the anime and I eat the cake, baby. Yeah, keep it running down the road, and I swerved on Joe Road. Now I'm sprinting up the age. Man, shit, it's kind of late. Time to get to work. Let's go. Trying to run up the side hustle, get some more cash. Trying to get that cash in the BTC with Modash. Trying to get some motherfucking food off the DoorDash. Trying to move a whole fucking brick if I can really move. Let me see how you do that SpongeBob really move. Let me see how you get funny when you act tough. Let me see how you do that thing with no backup. Yeah, no backup. ADT in this bitch, posted up no backup. Yeah, we at HK, riding in the car with a. Y'all must have forgot about Michigan, huh? Yeah, I'm from the mid, nigga, where we move like this. Gorillas in the mist, nigga. King Kong with the whips. All my niggas really moving out with the crews. Really
in them SRT or them BM dubs. All them niggas keep everything